Okay, so this is Google SketchUp assignment 2 for Miss Simon's class. What you're going to do is you're going to go over and click on SketchUp 2015, like in the last assignment. I'm going to go and say choose template, go to simple template feet and inches, and say start using template. This one is going to go much faster than the previous one because I went over the basic skills of how to zoom and how to orbit in that one. So what you're going to do is you're going to start out by creating a hollow tube. This one you are building pipes. We built a cylinder on the previous basic shapes assignment, and we drew a hole and made it hollow, so you can do the same thing here basically. So you're going to click on your circular tool. You can, if this was the rectangle, if you just click down on it, you can go to circles. They're also over here. So depending on how your circle comes out, you may have to orbit around before you get this green circle that's showing it's showing up and down, basically in the three-dimensional space. So the circle you can see is on the blue line. So when you place it, it's going to be already sticking straight up, okay? So it wants it on the red line. So I'm going to go somewhere close to the red line, and it wants it at a 2-foot radius. So I'm just going to click somewhere once, left click to activate this. And I'm going to type in 2 feet and hit enter. Okay. So as you can see, it's a pretty big circle and it goes down below the red axis. So to make sure that that circle is right on the axis, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a circle. I'm going to move the circle on top of the red axis. So to do that, I'm going to draw a large window that encompasses the whole circle so I get everything. And then I'm going to click the move tool up here. I'm going to click that. I'm going to click at the end point of this circle, and I'm just going to move it up along the red axis there. Okay, so now I have a circular shape on the red axis. Okay, again, if your circle when you first click it kind of looks like it's on the other surface, you have to orbit around till you get it looking like it's right side up. Okay, so go back to your arrow, click out, and what you're going to do is you're going to orbit around to the back side of this circle that you just created, this circular shape, and you're going to click the push-pull tool, and then you're going to hover over it, click once to activate it, just once, and release. Okay, don't hold it down, otherwise it will close your shape. You're just clicking really quick once and releasing to activate. Practice using that orbit tool while your shape is still active, because that will really help you build even more complex shapes and be able to see it from all different angles. Okay, so it's activated. Now I'm going to type in 20 feet, so 20 apostrophe, and I've activated it in this direction. So I type in my 20 apostrophe and I hit enter. So it will extend the shape or push the shape in that direction, how many ever feet you have typed in. Next, I'm going to go back, click on my arrow, or just hit escape, and I'm going to click on my offset tool. So the offset tool is one of the new tools that you're going to use today. What this one does is when you click on it and you hover over an object, it will give you an edge point to offset a line on. So if I'm offsetting it from where this red dot is along the edge of this circle, it's going to offset another circle on the inside of the shape. So if I just click once while that red dot is highlighted, I'm going to get a second circle that is off of the outer circle, okay? And I just clicked once and released to activate it. Next, I'm going to type in 3 inches because my pipe is 3 inches thick. To do 3 inches, you type in your 3, and then you do the quotation mark. So that's the shift and the button that we've been pressing for the feet apostrophe. So shift, and then that will give you your double apostrophe, or your okay. So you have typed that in. Oh, and I didn't press enter. So let's type that. Shift, get my quotes, and then hit enter. So now I have my 3 inches. Now you're going to push this in 20 feet to make it hollow, because remember our pipe is hollow. So I click once to activate it and push it a little bit in, and as you can see it's going negative. If I just left it on the outside, I'd have to type in a negative, but I'm just going to push it in, and I'm going to type in 20 and then apostrophe for feet, okay? Hit enter. I've got my hollow tube, or my pipe, okay? Next, what you're going to do is you're going to use the 3D text tool. So you're going to find the tool that is the letter A, it kind of is sticking out like a 3D. There's one over here, there's one over here, so I'm just going to click on that. This dialog box is going to pop up, and it's going to say to type in your name. So I'm going to just type in my name here. You can change the height and how much it extrudes over here. Anything like the font, and I'm just going to say place. Here is my name. Now, depending on where you want to put it, I'm going to put it on the side of this. If you notice, it says on edge, which means that it is on the edge of the actual object or the pipe. So I'm just going to click. I'm just going to put it anywhere. So there you go. So I've got my name on the side of that pipe there. And it's extruded just about an inch. Okay. So next, what this wants you to do is it wants you to create a duplicate, and it wants you to create 14 duplicates that are right in a row. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this whole pipe again, so I'm going to make sure I draw a box big enough to highlight the pipe. I'm going to scroll out a little bit so I can see everything. Then I'm going to click the move tool, and then I'm going to hold down Control. We did this in the last assignment. I'm going to click once, and if you notice, it's activated, right? This time they actually want you to move it a specific amount to the right. They want you to move it 4 feet, so I'm just going to start typing 4 feet, and then 6 quotes, or 6 inches. Okay, so shift and apostrophe button, and as you can see there, I have that 4 feet 6 inches, and I'm going to press enter. So now we've placed another pipe exactly 4 feet 6 inches away. Notice it's still highlighted. I haven't clicked to release that command yet. Immediately, I'm going to start typing X14, which means times 14, because I want 14 pipes. And I'm going to hit enter. And there I've got a bunch of pipes. Alright? So this next part is a little bit tricky because you really have to orbit into a position and draw a box that only gets, only highlights certain pipes. And because they're so close together, it can be difficult. But I'm going to show you a trick. What you're going to do is you're going to go to your arrow. It wants you to highlight the 4 pipes in the middle here. So I don't highlight this pipe, I'm going to start over here with my box. Okay. And I'm going to just go all the way over. Notice I'm not, if I went that much, it's going to highlight that box. I'm going to go right over here, so I'm getting these 2. However, I did not get this pipe or this pipe, right? If you start your box in the opposite corner, it's going to take the entire object of whatever it touches. If you start over here, it's only going to take whatever object completely is encompassed in the box. But if you start down here, and even though I'm going over only half of that pipe, it's going to take everything. So now I've got this pipe and this pipe. But if you notice, my name is not highlighted, right? So if I hold down Control, I should be able to click on just my name and it highlight without unhighlighting everything. The only way that works is if you hold down Control and click on it. Okay, so now I have my 4 pipes highlighted. Now I want to move these on top of the 5 pipes to create kind of a stack of them, but I want to do this without fully having them touch. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the end point of one of them. Then I'm going to bring it above onto these pipes. Sometimes it takes some orbiting to get things proper. Okay, that looks about right. And I'm just going to click. Okay? So now I've got my first bunch on top of there. Now I'm going to highlight the next 3 and bring those up. Click on the Move button. All right. So I've got my stack there. Now, the next thing you're going to do is they actually want you to practice rotating. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight these couple pipes. Make sure you get your name and everything on there. And then you're going to move these over. So just clicking and I'm moving them over. If you see that red axis, it will actually pop up and say it's moving along the red axis. Then I'm going to take this pipe and I want to rotate it. So this is another new tool for today. This is your rotate button. It's the 2 arrows that are going in opposite directions. You get this compass looking thing that pops up. In order to rotate it along its middle axis, what you're going to have to do is you zoom into your pipe on the top of it. You click somewhere along the edge or the face of it, and then you click on the end point of it. Now you've grabbed hold of it. So on the middle and on the end will allow you to rotate it along its center axis, okay? So I'm just gonna rotate it. It doesn't matter how much. However, if you look in the bottom corner, you can rotate things based on a specific angle. You have to just type that in. I'm just going to rotate it any way I want. Next, and finally, what you can do is you can change the color of objects. So, the color tool is right up here, the paint bucket. I'm going to click on that. And it may be set on a different default. It might be on some other weird thing. You can just click down on this menu and go up to colors and click colors. And then you can pick a color and change your color on your object. Remember to get every surface if you're doing color. Okay. You should also be able to change the text color. Although I may need to, if I wanted to change my text color, go back to my text tool. Or you can just leave it. Okay, so that is your pipes assignment, assignment 2 for Google SketchUp. All right? And you are done. Go ahead and close out or save it to your flash drive.